Hi guys, thanks for joining today. I've come on to kind of do a little walkthrough of Levi's new deck of masculine intuition readings, and it's the Arcane Warrior Tarot. It arrived the other day. It was originally a Kickstarter project, and Levi is not one to mess around or sit around. This was done and dusted, I think, within 2 months. So we didn't have to wait 6 months, a year, even 2 years or three. And I think that's really nice that Levi kind of was on top of things. And so, right, okay, now I already have a promo copy of this deck, which Levi gifted me back in October last year. And it will always be special because I was one of the first people to kind of have it. But to see it, I think Levi got it from makeplayingcards.com for me. But to see this all in its full glory, in beautiful packaging, along with a guidebook, is just so special. And so on the back of the box, it says a 78 card tarot deck with 116 page full colour guidebook for warriors, Valkyries, and anyone in between. Tarot spreads, tarot magic, spells and rituals, and sigil magic. And so, yeah, this is a divine masculine deck, but being part of the tarot community for roughly about 8 years, most of the divine masculine decks, well, as marketed as divine masculine decks, to me are kind of like, vulgar, bordering on the explicit sometimes. And to me, it's been a bit of a novelty project for someone, but this one is totally usable by all. And it's really endearing the way that Levi's actually designed it. So, obviously, it comes in this gorgeous magnetic box. With an illustration there, and the guidebook and the cards, and there is another picture on the back of the inside of the box there. So then the cards are in order, but I wanted to show you the guidebook, and this guidebook really does shine. Levi's worked so hard, and it's all kind of very usable. The font, you can see it's not too small. I'm not wearing my glasses today, and even I can see the font that Levi's used. So first of all, you get about the deck, what is tarot, how to use the deck, tarot spreads, frequently asked questions, card meanings, tarot magic, spells and rituals, sigil magic, about the creation, about the author, and other works by Levi. So right, let me read this out. It says, this deck of tarot cards was created for everyone who enjoys divination. When I started studying tarot at 15, I was blissfully aware of the plethora of tarot decks available at the time. Unaware, sorry. The only tarot decks widely available were the Smith-Waite Tarot and the Marseille. A couple of years later, I would see angel tarot decks in shops, and honestly, at the time, I felt repulsed by them. The Christian associations triggered me, and they had paragraphs upon paragraphs of text on them explaining the card meanings. And I decided that those decks weren't for me, because it felt like using them would be similar to cheating the system. They felt like an easy way out. I wanted to learn tarot the hard way. My mum agreed and bought me a Marseille tarot kit, undoubtedly the most difficult tarot system to start learning with. I started my tarot journey and immediately felt like a failure not being able to do readings for myself and others off book. And then obviously Levi talks about his journey with the cards and how things have changed over the years, and it's a lovely little introduction. And Levi has come so far. I mean, we've known each other almost 4 years now, and to see him grow as a person and an artist is absolutely wonderful. So this is kind of like a love letter to tarot, and it's basically a mixture of different systems, which works totally fine together, and I absolutely love it. So then we've got what is tarot, how to use the deck, and so Levi explains divination and formulating good questions, and then he's put some tarot spreads in as well, and frequently asked questions, and then card meanings. So you've got like the card meanings for the minor are all here. So you've got discs earth, so you've got one line for each one. And this is where the book really, really shines. We always hear, oh, I've been working with this deck. And I always think, well, you know, what does that actually mean now if you've been working with a deck? But this deck you can actually work with, because what Levi has done is he's not only explained, you know, what the card means, he's actually give you something to do. So like the full for it, for instance, is I am ready for adventure. A great little ritual to use when you're going on an adventure, like starting a new job or a new creative project. Whenever you feel like you need a little kickstart to perform this ritual, it can be a little intense for cold for some. Try to keep an open mind, but feel free to tweak this ritual to suit your needs. So all the tools you need are a bathroom with a shower, apple slices, a candle, sturdy older matches, a towel, and or bathroom. So who hasn't got that? You haven't got to spend $30 to $50 on you know, spell supplies. You know, we've all got a towel. We can all put our hand on an apple and a candle. And then Levi explains, like a spell, a ritual you can perform with each single major arcana card. And that really does shine, because this is the way you can actually work with the card and incorporate the advice and the practical advice into your daily life. So that's really, really good. And then we have got at the back of the book, that's a picture of Levi's journals. And then at the back of the book, we have sigil magic. So Levi shows you how to kind of make your own sigil, and all sorts of like instructions there, which is great, honestly, really is. Because even for me, like, I mean, I've never particularly used sigils in my practice, but like, I mean, obviously, like, reading this guidebook now, I'm gonna have a go, because I know like lots of people find it very successful by putting them down on paper in the workings, scribing them on candles. So yeah, that is a cracking little guidebook, and there's our Levi there. And so now onto the cards, and they are the most gorgeous, gorgeous cardstock, like a rose petal finish, but not clunky. Beautiful, beautiful, you know, bends up back lovely, springs up back lovely. And so let me show you first. I think I've got the majors. I'll just go through. So each card as the title there and an affirmation. So the thought is, I am ready for adventure. And then we've got the Magus, I am the spell. And you can see this guy, like, kind of like, you know, with this ball of energy in his hands, like making things happen. The Oracle, I see beyond the veil. The Nurturer, which is traditionally the Empress, I embody sensual growth. The Monarch, I am the pillar. The Teacher, I am the keeper of knowledge. And the colours as well, they just really, really pop. I love the whole kind of concept and the colour scheme. And of course, I'm going to be a little bit biased because Levi is one of my best friends. But yeah, it's just lovely, lovely, lovely deck. The Chariot, I reclaim my agency. That's really, really nice. I radiate strength from within. The Hermit, solitude enlightens me. Fate, which is traditionally the Wheel of Fortune, I know when to let go of control. I love that card, actually. The Sword of Justice, I reap what has been sown. I am illuminated, the Hangman. Death, that is one of my favourite cards. I am ready for transformation. Temperance, I have mastered the art of balance. The Devil, I refuse malicious temptation. The Tower, I accept the necessity of radical change. The Star, hope invigorates me. The Moon, I see through illusions. The Sun, I exude glorious positivity. Judgment, I heed my calling. And finally, the World, I am complete. and that's absolutely lovely. So now we're on to the aces, which are traditionally discs, which are traditionally pentacles. What I love is like a decorated kind of pippish deck, but it really works, and with the affirmations on as well. You know, you can just pull a card. It's one of the decks, you know, you can use not for just a normal standard general reading, but you can use it like, you know, as an oracle deck as well. You know, just pulling a card for the day, asking like the, you know, your higher self or your guides what you kind of need to know. Like I am, which is really important because that puts you totally in the driving seat. I am prepared for change. I tenaciously work towards my goal. And as I said, like everyone has an affirmation on the card as well, or a mantra, however you want to say it. I love, love, love that. I patiently let nature take its course, and you can see like the little seed there. And that's so cool as well. I am prudently honing my craft. I deserve the luxury I've gained. I enjoy all the wealth in my life. I am the student of life. I am committed. Crown Prince is I am nature and I am nurture. So the Crown Prince is actually been replaced the Queen, because as I said, it's a masculine deck, so there's no femininity in here at all. So now we're on to the aces, which are lovely as well, because you can tell like this is watery because of the colours. So you've got like the fish and like kind of a underwater theme in here, which is lovely. Look at the beautiful dolphins there. I am emotionally abundant. That's so lovely. I am in a tranquil state of trance. And then you've got the chakra there. Love that as well. And these, the key. I find joy in nostalgia. I focus on my truth. As you can see, the shells have all got little things coming out. I am ready to move on emotionally. Okay, gorgeous, gorgeous card. Lovely seals in that one. Oh, it's just so lovely. And now we're on to the wands, which are a nod to kind of Thothish, Marseille, kind of. But it's like, you know, this just speaks volumes. I have access to the power of fire, and, you know, that gives you so much, like, you know, confidence and wanting to start something, you know, so you have got the power, you know, to actually make changes in your life. Oh, lovely, lovely, this suit so much. You've got the full moon there and the water, like the Three of Wands in the Rider-Waite-Smith. And that I won't be torn apart by strife. And standing your ground as well. Love that one. And that one. I am strong enough. And then we've got the Phoenix. I respect my own limits. Gorgeous, gorgeous dragon there. And that lion. I am a majestic leader. So now we're on to the swords. I peacefully make my decisions. So this is, you know, if you kind of like making a transition over as well from like an illustrated Rider-Waite Smith deck, and you're kind of thinking, oh, you know, I don't know whether I can read with a pip deck. You know, this would be the ideal starting point. You know, because like you can see by the illustrations, it's not just pippish. There's like things going on. And what Levi's done with the affirmations, you know, you can take them over and use them in other decks as well. I love that so much. I can accept defeat when necessary. And the sword falling, kind of breaking down there. I won't be trapped by my own thoughts. And I won't succumb to cruel thoughts. I love what Levi's done with this. Instead of the, you know, the general person with the swords in the back, you have got the doves of peace around this guy. And the affirmation is, I am experiencing a mental rebirth. And that's such a kind of a lovely, positive card to have, especially if you've been experiencing kind of a difficult time. So I love everything that Levi's done with the swords, actually, and he has related them to the mind. And I always find that very important. That beautiful angel there, I am the explorer of truth. I think and act swiftly. I embody ruthless honesty. And finally, I am the analyst. There you go, guys. I am totally in awe, and I am super, super proud of Levi. You know, I know how stressful Kickstarter is and can be, as I've got friends who are doing them all the time. And it's beautiful, kind of like matte gilding. I much prefer than the metallic as well. So everything about it, it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous deck, you know. Totally usable from a beginner to an advanced reader, you know. And even with advanced readers, I think we're learning still all the time. And it's always lovely to see somebody else's take on the cards, yet still maintaining the tradition and the very core of the tarot. So thank you so much for watching. Thank you to Levi for creating this. Yeah, I'm just like, I don't know what to say. I'm just, I'm lost for words for once. But thank you guys for everything, for your support, for your love. Go and support Levi. It's available for pre-order, I think. Yeah, have I got that right? We all know Levi anyway. It's Masculine Intuitions, both on YouTube and Instagram. So yeah, and I'll see you tomorrow because I'm on live with Dave and Lee of the Power of the Yin Oracle. And yeah, thank you for watching, for your support, for your love. I hope you're all doing okay. I hope you're all staying safe. Sending love always, and I shall see you very soon. Bye, guys.